This is the reasons why you should be excited for 317.
Before I kill you, are you subscribed to Captain Berks?
What? No.
Have you been taking a break from Star Citizen? I sure have. While I love Star Citizen, 316 has been full of soul-crushing bugs. It needs a little work, but it's not bad. But I am here to tell you that 317 is looking very good. Here's what you should be excited about in 317. First of all, and probably the most important, is a huge desync fix. In the words of CIG, in 317, we have put a networking update that should reduce ship-to-ship desync. We'd like to know how well this works in the update and if there are observable knock-ons. Relative to 316, you should feel as if your facing direction and position of the other player are more accurate in real time. Obviously, I'm going to wait for live and play it myself before I judge it, but I've talked to people who have played the update and they're saying that the difference is night and day. Fingers crossed, this could be huge. Number 2 is ship-to-ship refueling. This is going to allow you to buy and sell quantanium and hydrogen if you run out of fuel, or maybe you just need a top off. This is going to be super important for places like Pyro, where there's not going to be as many space stations. So this is going to be a great first step in this update, testing out how this is going to work. You're going to be able to set your own prices. Also, expect the risks of potentially being pirated, or maybe someone asking for a refuel as a trap. But in that case, there is an emergency detach feature. Up next, and is also awesome, is item selling. You'll be able to sell back every item that you purchase in the game.
Obviously, with looting becoming such a big feature in the game, we kind of need an ability for you to sell the loot that you've been acquiring this whole time.
So now moving forward, you're going to be able to loot players and NPCs and sell back what you took from them for a profit. After that, we have mining gadgets, which is coming in. Now, I think mining gadgets are really cool because there's this risk reward of mining with multiple people versus mining by yourself, but using a mining gadget to wear down a rock or make it easier to mine. But you're going to have to leave your vehicle, EVA, put the gadget on the rock, and then activate it. Get back into your ship and then finish mining it. So that's the trade-off versus mining with someone else. It's going to be easier to mine by yourself, but there's going to be a lot more risk to it. Up next, we have FPS Weapon Overhaul. Now, I have heard really good things about the FPS Weapon Overhaul from people who have played Evocati. They're saying it feels more like, take this with a grain of salt here, they're saying it feels more like Escape from Tarkov in terms of the way that weapon handling works. It's not very Apex Legends anymore, where it's kind of a point-and-shoot adventure. There's weapon sway, there's vertical and horizontal recoil, is what I'm hearing. I am yet to test this out myself, but I'm hearing that it's much harder to control guns organically, and you're going to have to pace yourself. You're going to have to hold your breath in order to control guns, which I think is really cool. All sorts of stuff they could do with this. I really hope that this is a good step in the right direction. Next, we have player injury updates. In the words of CIG, we have overhauled the injury system to increase the likelihood of injuries occurring repeatedly in combat encounters and decrease the chance of instant death.
Instant death, we never want to have someone fall over and die immediately from a single pistol shot to the head or the foot. We've covered a couple of issues that were causing that, so 317 we should see that removed entirely.
What this hopefully means is that you're going to die randomly less and go into a downstate more. The next one I'm really excited for, which is ground vehicle EM changes. So in the past, ground vehicles like Noxes, Dragonflies, even Cyclones were very visible from very far away. In some cases, these Dragonflies, Noxes were more visible than spaceships like an Arrow or an Eclipse, which I know these are stealth ships, but these are small, tiny ground vehicles. They have updated this, so now these vehicles are going to be very, very hard to see unless you're really close to them. I think that's awesome. I think there's a really cool advantage to using them now. You can kind of use them as parachutes now that they don't explode whenever they hit the ground. I think we're going to see a lot of cool gameplay come from this. In terms of ships, we have 2 ships coming in potentially. The Hull A being the first one, which is a small cargo hauler. That's the first step of the Hull series. And then we have the RSI Scorpius, which may or may not make it, which is a 2-seat turret dogfighter. I'm not sure how this is going to stack up to a Hurricane, but I'm really excited to see how this one flies. In terms of visuals, in 317 we have rivers coming. Well, I should say a single river, but it does look pretty good. And as of this update, you'll be able to fly Noxes and Dragonflies on top of water, so I think that's pretty cool. We also have the Hurston Hospital coming in for sure in 317, as well as potentially Clouds coming in 317. They said maybe, and they might need another quarter to make this happen. That's it for all the big updates coming to 317. I think there's lots to be excited about. Here's a few small updates that I'm going to read off to you. First is character model updates with the DNA system. You're going to be able to get some more variety in your character model. Then we have quality of life updates like a keybind being added for calling ATC and requesting landing. And fingers crossed, Grimhex elevators are supposedly fixed again. And finally, but definitely not least, we have in 317 coffee shops. Thanks for watching, guys. When 317 drops to PTU, I will be playing it live on Twitch. I'll make sure to drop an update on YouTube when that's going to be. Until then, good luck, Godspeed, and I will see you in 317 in the verse.